Magandang umaga. Magandang umaga. That's Tagalog from the Philippines for good morning. Trying to broaden our cultural foundation here. Good morning in every language. And bonjour. And so happy that you're with us. By the way, if you know any pastor or leader who wants to be a part of our Leaders Intensive Conference, it's in October from a Monday night through Wednesday noon. Listen what's going to happen. Anyone in leadership, feeling the call of God on your life, a pastor and his wife, an associate pastor, we're going to be doing practical sessions, which we didn't get into in our Fan the Flame conference back in April. So it begins with a dinner on Monday night and then a session that night and seek the Lord. And then in the morning, 2 sessions on things like counseling, raising money. What does the Bible say about raising money? We don't have a lot of examples of that like we do today, raising money, capital campaigns for buildings, etc. How to start a prayer meeting if you don't have one, how to conduct a prayer meeting. Are there any biblical directions or from my own experience, things I've learned, mistakes I've made? Practical things like that. The role of praise and worship in a service. Who's leading the praise and worship? Is it a gig? Is it a concert? Or is everyone singing? I went to a church in Florida. My wife guesstimated not even 15% of the people were singing. No one seemed to care. The worship team was up there with their songs. They had practice during the week and rolling through it. Nobody singing. People just kind of clapping their hands, some sipping café con leche. So is this what God had in mind when it says, worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness? God inhabits the praises of his people. Practical things, 1-hour sessions and a breakout session for pastors, leaders, wives, where my wife and Pastor Petrie's wife, Susan Petrie, they're going to be meeting with the women, talking about problems, Q&A, every kind of thing. Go to the website, brooklyntabernacle.org, for the intensive. Sign up, low registration fee, $100. Come on now. And some directions on where you can get hotel rooms and all of that. Hope you can join with us. Then in the prayer meeting Tuesday night, 2 sessions Wednesday morning, and then adios muchachos. Get back to where you need to go for Wednesday. We're reading in 1 Samuel 18. Saul is so jealous of David. That's what we've been reading about. David was playing the lyre as he usually did for Saul, while Saul was prophesying in his house, whatever that might mean. Saul had a spear in his hand and he hurled it, saying it to himself, I'll pin David to the wall. But David eluded him twice. Saul was afraid of David because the Lord was with David, but had departed from Saul. Oh, don't people know that? So what do we learn from that? Why would God put that in the Bible? A king throwing a spear at a kid who's singing a song to him to try to calm his troubled heart. And the kid has already slain the giant to give you victory over the Philistines, and yet you're trying to kill him because when jealousy and envy get in you, church is out. Doesn't matter what good a person does. When you're envious and jealous of them, you demonize them. Go on social media, see all the demonization of people, other people attacking them. Imagine wasting their time on social media to downgrade someone else. 99 and 8.8% is jealousy. So no matter how they write it off, and no, I'm a reformer and I want to show what's really going on and all that. It's jealousy. So An evil spirit now was permitted to torment poor King Saul, and he hurled a spear and I'll pin David to the wall. But David eluded him twice. And Saul was afraid of David. Why? Because the Lord was with David. What does that mean? The Lord was with David, but had departed from Saul. Yep, the Holy Spirit. Let's make it in the modern New Testament sense. Obviously, the Spirit of God is not with in the sense of blessing, the hand of the Lord being with all churches. I know they're Christian churches. They've got born-again believers in it. Granted. But there was a church like that in the New Testament that Jesus wrote to in Revelation 3 and said, you're neither hot nor cold, but lukewarm. I'm going to vomit you, spew you out of my mouth. Obviously, the Lord was not with that church. They were, whatever was going on, they had displeased him, and now he's about to regurgitate them. So that's a big secret. The Lord being with someone. What do you think about Billy Graham? Was the Lord with Billy Graham? Any of you know who Billy Graham is? The great evangelist of the 20th century. In a simple way, preaching the gospel, all those people coming to Christ. Fancy speaker? No. Learned theologian? No. Effective for building the kingdom up? Yep. Why? If you analyze them, you wouldn't know why. The Lord was with them. Some churches are emptying out. They haven't baptized 5 people in 5 years, no new converts. Other churches, the Lord is just doing things. I'm not talking about fake conversion. I'm talking about the real thing. Why? They're all Christian churches. They preach from the same Bible. The Lord was with David. And Saul was not just jealous of him, but now he was afraid of him. His insecurity came to the fore. When you're insecure, you get jealous of people and you want their downfall because you think by them going down or you denigrating them, it lifts you up. It doesn't. Now, he threw a spear at David and could have killed him, but David eluded him twice. He was just, ooh. Boy, that's a fine appreciation for me playing my lyre and singing. David was saying, the Lord is my shepherd. And I think back, God's hand was with David, so he protected him. How many times could you and I have bitten the dust and really just lost our lives, just blown up our lives? And just by the skin of our skinny skin, we eluded what Satan wanted to do because of God's mercy. David wasn't perfect, as we're going to find out, but the Lord was with him. And the Lord is with us. If we're walking in the light, the Lord is with you today. You're not perfect, neither am I, but the Lord is with you. I'll never leave you nor forsake you. Let's keep walking in the light, knowing the Lord is with us. And even when the enemy wants to throw spears at us, we're just going to slip and slide away because the Lord is with us. He's going to protect us. That he will do. God bless you. See you tomorrow.